students, after discussion about the ethers of what a general introduction, nomenclature, classification, isomerism, then let us we start the preparation of ethers. In the preparation of ethers, first method is dehydration of alcohols. Dehydration of alcohols is done by protonic acids like HNO3 and H3PO4. So dehydration will takes place and ethers or alkenes are formed. Alcohols, suppose I want to take ethyl alcohol, this is the primary alcohol. This primary alcohol is subjected to dehydration in the presence of sulfuric acid at 443 kelvins of temperature. Then you will get here CH2 double bond CH2, and that dehydration will take place in the presence of sulfuric acid at 413 kelvins of temperature. Then you will get diethyl ether. Diethyl ether. In the both cases, we have to prepare the what ethers. Then reaction conditions are essential. Ethyl alcohol is subjected to dehydration in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid or phosphoric acid. This dehydration depends upon the reaction conditions. We will get here ethylene and diethyl ether. So ethers are prepared by the dehydration of primary alcohols. Primary alcohol means the OH group is attached to the first 1 degree carbon atom. Then we can say it is what a primary alcohol. Next, dehydration done by another catalyst. So ethyl alcohol CH3CH2OH is heated with Al2O3 at 360 degrees centigrade temperature. Then we will get diethyl ether. Diethyl ether is obtained here 260 degrees centigrade temperature. Right, understand? So this is the first method of preparation of dehydration of alcohols. Dehydration of alcohols gives, depending upon the reaction conditions, they give diethyl ether or ethylene. Okay, students, the dehydration of alcohols is useful to prepare the water ethers. What is the mechanism of dehydration of alcohols? The mechanism involves in 3 steps. First step is protonation of alcohol. Protonation of alcohol, CH3CH2OH. This will be protonated. Then protonated alcohol is formed, CH3CH2 and OH. Here this is the water oxonium ion. This is the step 1 reaction. So in the step 1, protonation of alcohols will be takes place. Second step, this protonated alcohol again reacts with one more of ethyl alcohol to form oxonium ion, CH3CH2OH. OH place that CH3CH2OH plus. So here what will happen? The lone pair of electrons on the oxygen atom make bond with this carbon. Then here electrons shifted towards the oxygen atom. Then we will get here CH3, CH2OH, CH2, CH3 plus H2O. This is the what oxonium ion is formed. Oxonium ion is formed. Right? Understand? So this oxonium ion is deprotonated in the third step. Deprotonation of oxonium ion. Deprotonation of oxonium ion. Then we will get ether. So here I want to write the oxonium ion CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3. Here H, here plus charge. This is the what oxonium ion. This oxonium ion is deprotonated. That means minus H plus. That means this electrons shift towards the what oxygen. Then you will get diethyl ether. CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3. This is the way to prepare the water diethyl ether mechanism. Diethyl. Why we can say diethyl? Two ethyl groups are there. Two ethyl groups are attached to the oxygen atom. So dehydration of alcohol's mechanism involves in what three steps. First step, protonation of ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is protonated. This proton is obtained from the sulfuric acid. In the presence of sulfuric acid, then proton comes, proton attack the water OH group, and there is the water oxonium ion is formed. This will be react again one more ethyl alcohol molecule to form oxonium ion by elimination of water. In the third step, this oxonium ion is deprotonated. Oxonium ion is deprotonated. Then you will get a diethyl ether. This method of preparation of ethyl alcohol ethers. This method of preparation of ethers, only primary alcohols undergoes dehydration, gives diethyl ether. But in the case of secondary and tertiary alcohols are subjected to dehydration, we will get water, only alkanes, not ethers are formed. So elimination will be takes place. Second method of preparation, that is Williamson synthesis. This is the very important method of preparation of ethers. Williamson synthesis. In the Williamson synthesis, alkyl halide reacts with water, sodium alkoxide gives ethers. So I want to write the water alkyl halide or X plus RONA. This is the sodium alkoxide gives ether ROR plus NaX. This method of preparation is said to be what a Williamson synthesis. Alkyl halide reacts with sodium alkoxide. Sodium alkoxide gives ether. This is called what a Williamson synthesis. So this Williamson synthesis is useful to prepare the both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers. So let us take the example. I want to take here CH3, CH2, Br. I want to take ethyl bromide, and here CH3, CH2, ONA. The name of this compound is sodium ethoxide. Sodium ethoxide is treated with ethyl bromide. Then we will get here this Br and Na comes out as what NaBr, Br, and we will get here diethyl ether, CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3. Then place NaBr, right? Understand? So this one is the what diethyl ether, diethyl ether. Diethyl ether is what a symmetrical structure. Why it is a symmetrical structure? When we can say symmetrical, I already informed to you. So a molecule, when we cut the molecule, then it gives what a two equal halves. Then we can say that a molecule possesses what a symmetry. This method of Williamson synthesis is useful to prepare both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers. Suppose I want to take tertiary alkoxide ion, tertiary butoxide ion plus ethyl bromide, CH3CH2Br. Then you will get here Br Na goes out as what NaBr. Then you will get here CH3 CH3O CH2 CH3. The name of this compound we can say it as what 2-ethoxy 2-methyl propane, 2-ethoxy 2-methyl propane, we can write it. So plus NaBr is formed. This is the what unsymmetrical ether. So Williamson synthesis is useful to prepare the both symmetrical ether and unsymmetrical ether. This is the unsymmetrical ether. Why? Because when we cut with this molecule, we cannot get two equal halves. So here this is the what alkoxide ion is the what tertiary butoxide, tertiary alkoxide ion reacts with the primary alkyl halide. Let us you change the what this one. This is the what tertiary alkyl halide reacts with the alkoxide ion. Then we won't get the what ether. Why? Because the elimination is predominant. Students, in Williamson synthesis, ethers are prepared, both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers. In the preparation of unsymmetrical ethers, we have to take tertiary alkoxide ion reacts with the alkyl halide, gives what ethers. Tertiary alkoxide ion reacts with the alkyl halide. I want to take a tertiary butoxide ion, tertiary sodium butoxide ion reacts with the ethyl bromide gives here ether is formed. This is the what unsymmetrical ether, CH3 CO CH2 CH3. This is the what tertiary, so tertiary alkoxide ion. If you want to change the what this one is the what tertiary alkyl halide. Tertiary alkyl halide is the product reactants. Tertiary alkyl halide reacts with the sodium methoxide. Here no ether is formed. Why it will happen? Because here CH3 double bond CH2, ethers are not obtained. This sodium methoxide not only acts as a nucleophile, it is a strong base. Therefore, it attracts the water. It facilitates the water elimination reaction. Here bromine and hydrogen is eliminated as HBr. Therefore, no ether is obtained when tertiary alkyl halide reacts with sodium methoxide. Right? Understand? The physical properties of ethers. Ethers physical property. Generally, we discuss about the what dipole moment is there, or boiling point, or solubility. So, in ether, CO bond is polar. CO bond is what polar. Hence, the ethers are having dipole moment. That is the first physical property. Next, second physical property is ethers have low boiling points. Low boiling points when compared with what comparable masses alcohols. Why? Because ethers do not form hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bonds are absent in ethers, hence their boiling points are lower than alcohols. Next, ethers are polar nature. Due to polar nature, they are slightly soluble in water. Soluble in water. Soluble in water. Soluble in water. As the alkyl group increases, as the alkyl group R is increases, the solubility decreases. The solubility decreases. Why solubility decreases here? Because alkyl group is the what hydrophobic part. Hydrophobic part increases, then the repelling part with water R is the repelling to the water. Therefore, solubility of the water ethers decreases with increase the alkyl group. Right? Understand? These three are the physical properties. First one is due to CO bond. CO bond is polar. CO bond is polar nature. Therefore, polar nature. Then ethers have dipole moments. Second physical property is low boiling point when compared with comparable masses of alcohols. Ethers have low boiling points when comparable masses of alcohols. Why? Because of absence of intermolecular hydrogen bond. Then solubility, they are less soluble in water. They are less soluble in water. Why? Because you know the formula of ether ROR, general formula. Here it can form hydrogen bond with water. Hydrogen bond with water. Right? Understand? So that they are soluble. So if water repelling group increases, that means alkyl part is increases in the ether, their solubility decreases. These are the three physical properties are there. Students, we have to discuss now chemical properties of ethers. In the chemical properties of ethers, first of all, we discuss about the cleavage of CO bond in ethers. Cleavage of CO bond in ethers. You know the ethers general formula ROR. So we have to take example CH3OCH3. This CO bond cleavage. So when the ethers are generally less reactive at under drastic conditions or excess of HX hydrogen halide, then they reacts with the HX to form alcohols and alkyl halide. Suppose I want to take this ether ROR reacts with the HS excess of HS HX gives ROH plus RX. This one is the alkyl halide. And this one is the alcohol. So we have to take this symmetrical ether example. Dimethyl ether reacts with HX. We will get CH3X plus CH3OH, methyl alcohol methyl halide is formed. Right, understand? Okay, if you take aryl ethers, aryl alkyl ethers, this one is the what your aryl alkyl ethers. This means the anisole reacts with HX. The cleavage of bond is takes place. This bond is cleavage takes place. So here OH alcohol is phenol is formed and alkyl halide CH3X is formed. Why this cleavage is takes place? Why not this one? This is not takes place. CO bond is cleavage because this aryl group aryl oxygen is possess double bond character. Therefore, the breaking of this bond is not possible. So, CO bond is broken. Always form alkyl halide and phenol. Phenol is formed. If you take unsymmetrical ether, again CH3O, CH2, CH3 reacts with HX, then you will get here CH3X plus CH3 CH2OH. Higher part of the alkyl group has here bond is broken, then this one is the ethyl alcohol, this is the methyl halide is formed. Why? Because here also same applied. This alkyl group is higher one, then the alkoxy part is divided for higher alkyl group. So lower one forms what alkyl halide. Lower alkyl group forms alkyl halide. Higher one forms what higher alkyl group form alcohol. So in the reaction of alkyl halide HX ethers reacts with HX at drastic conditions. Excess of HX gives alcohol and alkyl halide. Symmetrical ethers can form both alcohol and alkyl halide. But in the case of phenyl methyl ether reacts with HX, gives only phenol, but does not form what aryl halide. Only aliphatic alkyl halide is formed. Why? Because this phenoxide group aryl oxygen possess double bond character. So the breakage of this bond is very difficult. This bond breakage is difficult than this one. Therefore, always forms what a phenol. In the case of unsymmetrical alkene, higher alkyl part of the group, higher alkyl group goes and forms what alcohol, and lower part of the alkyl group forms alkyl halide. This is the reaction with HX. The mechanism of reaction with HX, ethers reacts with HX. The mechanism I want to write here: CH3 CH2 CH3. First will be protonated H plus, then we will get here CH3 O H CH2 CH3 I minus comes here. I minus, this one is the what O plus. So this again I is the what nucleophile. It attacks the what SN2 mechanism of this oxonium ion. CH3OH plus CH2 CH3. So SN2 mechanism follows what intermediate compound Here I CH3 dotted line OH dotted line CH2 CH3. I dotted line here. Dotted line. This is the intermediate compound. So this bond is broken like this. Then we will get here CH3I plus C2H5OH. Right? Understand? So in the second step itself, alkyl halide and alcohol is formed. First step, ether is subjected to protonation, then protonated ether is formed. The iodide ion acts as a good nucleophile. This iodide ion attacks the protonated ether by SN2 mechanism. SN2 mechanism, both reactant and nucleophile depends, the rate of reaction depends upon both the reactants and nucleophile. Therefore, the intermediate product is formed. In this product, water is this alcohol is formed, C2H5OH and CH3. In the third step, this formed ethyl alcohol again reacts with HI, gives C2H5OH plus C2H5I plus H2O. C2H5I plus H2O. So this is the reaction between ethyl alcohol reacts with HI, gives ethyl iodide plus water. Right? Understand? This is the mechanism of ether reacts with HX. Electrophilic substitution reactions of anisole. First one is halogenation. So here anisole formula you know very well. Benzene ring consists of OCH3 group. OCH3 group. This is the anisole. Anisole reacts with bromine in the presence of acid, acetic acid. Acetic acid gives here OCH3 and Br plus benzene ring OCH3 plus Br here. Here 2-bromoanisole. 2-bromoanisole and this one is the para-bromo or 4-bromoaniline anisole. 4-bromoanisole. So here this one is the major product. This one is the minor product. Why it is a major? Because the stability of para-bromo or 4-bromoanisole is more stable. So when anisole reacts with bromine in the presence of acetic acid, it gives two compounds. One is the minor compound 2-bromoanisole and 4-bromoanisole. 4-bromoanisole is the major product. So here what will happen? The substitution is taking place. Substitution takes place at ortho position, this position or one position. This is the one position or fourth position. Why it takes place like that? Because this OCH3 group is ortho-para directing group. Here I will write it, ortho-para directing group. Hence it influence the next incoming electrophile at ortho position or para position. Why it is like that? Because it is the OP directing group. it is the electron releasing group in the benzene ring. The electron density increases at ortho position and para position. Therefore, the substitution takes place at ortho or para position. So, it forms what 2 bromo anisole and 4 bromo anisole. Aniline anisole reacts with bromine in the presence of acetic acid, gives 2 bromo anisole and 4 bromo anisole. Electrophilic substitution reactions of anisole. The second one is Friedel-Crafts reactions. Friedel-Crafts reactions, there are 2 reactions are there, Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation. When anisole reacts with alkylation, I want to discuss it. Alkylation means here what will happen when anisole reacts with methyl chloride. Anisole reacts with methyl chloride CH3Cl in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3. This is the Lewis acid, acts as a catalyst, and we will get 2 products. OCH3 at ortho position CH3 group is obtained, substituted, and para position is also OCH3, and at para position CH3 group is substituted. This is the minor compound. Why it is minor compound? I already said it. This one is the due to ortho effect. It is the minor compound. This is the major compound. Major compound means it is very stable compound due to the bulky groups are at what position? More distance is there. So the name of this compound is 2-methyl anisole, and here this one is 4-methyl anisole. This is the what Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Friedel-Crafts alkylation means when anisole reacts with methyl chloride in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3, it gives 2-methyl anisole or 4-methyl anisole. In these 2 compounds, major compound is 4-methyl anisole. Why it is a major compound? Because the steric hindrance is less at para position. At ortho position, steric hindrance is more, so that it is a minor compound. Similarly, we have to write the acylation. Friedel-Crafts acylation. In the acylation, when anisole is treated with acetyl chloride CH3COCl in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3, right? Anhydrous AlCl3, we will get here also 2 compounds. Here OCH3 and COCH3 plus OCH3 and COCH3. The name of this compound is 2-methoxy acetophenone. Here this one is 4-methoxy acetophenone. 4-methoxy acetophenone, right? Understand? So here what will happen? acetyl group is substituted at the ortho position, that means 1 2 position, or para position 1 4 position, right? This is the what a very important name reaction. Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation both are belongs to Friedel-Crafts reaction. In the alkylation, we have to substitute the what alkyl group at ortho position or para position. At para position, there is just less steric hindrance. Therefore, it is the major compound in the case of what compared to ortho position. So acylation, only alkyl group is substituted. In the acylation, acyl group is substituted. So when anisole reacts with acetyl chloride, acetyl chloride in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3 as the catalyst. Anhydrous AlCl3 is the catalyst, gives 2-methoxyacetophenone is the minor compound, and 4-methoxyacetophenone is the major compound, minor compounds are formed. Third electrophilic substitution reaction of anisole is nitration. Nitration means what? Nitro group is substituted in the anisole. So nitration mixture is the concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid is the what? Nitration mixture. That concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid, the electrophile obtained is NO2 plus. So I want to write the anisole. Anisole formula you know very well. Benzene ring consists of OCH3 group. This one reacts with HNO3, concentrated nitric acid, in the presence of sulfuric acid, gives orthonitroanisole, OCH3, at ortho position there is a what nitro group is introduced, nitro group NO2 plus at para position also nitro group is introduced. There is a two possibilities are there. The substitution takes place at 1-2 position and 1-4 position. So the name of this compound is 2-nitroanisole, 2-nitroanisole, and this one is 4-nitroanisole. Why it is 4-nitroanisole? Because of fourth composition consists of what? Nitro group. So 2-nitroanisole is the minor product due to ortho effect, and 4-nitroanisole is the major product because of its high stability. Here steric hindrance is less, so that it is a more stable one. Right? Understand? Students, I hope that you understand about the ethers preparations, properties, physical properties and chemical properties. Thank you, one and all.